Hello, MS Live. I'm your host, Dulci Hill, and I got a lot of stuff to talk to you about today. Uh, let's see. Um, I went to a physical therapy appointment yesterday, and I was assessed by a live person who just got certified in helping people with MS. Actually, she just got certified in MS, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing, and it's so much different than. Here, let me share this to Meerkats there. Let's see. Okay, I see. All right. And you know what? I hate to say this. I'm going to share this only because I'm sharing this in MS Frontiers, Multiple Sclerosis Frontiers medical share, because I've got both prescription medication for symptoms. I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about medical marijuana, what I've learned, and I'm going to be pursuing that for combination for my own benefit, but also for your benefit. So we're going to go down that. We're also going to have some fun going through. Hi, Karen. My medicines. I mean, a lot of these are vitamins, but you see, we're going to go through that today, and also symptom relief and more medicines. Medicines I choose to not take very often. That's why they're in there. And medicines that I cannot live without. All right. Just so you know, what I can't live without is I'm thinking hi Jenna, hi there. Medicines I can't live without, basically that I would die if I wouldn't have, is ropinirole. Ropinirole for restless leg syndrome. Okay, that is restless leg. That is when you're laying in bed and you've got jerky, your legs. I'll sit at night under a table. We're all having dinner, and my leg will just, my ankle will jump up and hit the table, and it'll move the table. Oh my gosh, I've got so much to talk about. So, and I can't live like that. It's so painful. Um, so the pharmaceutical and doctor solution is ropinirole. It's spelled ropinirole. Anyway, wonderful stuff. Okay, I'm going to go into medical marijuana. There is, hi Karen, hi Kevin. Hi guys, I see you. I see you. I see you. All right. All right. Also, energy. You see, I have lots of energy today. Hi, Kevin. I've got lots of energy today. So I went to the neurologist and I said, you know what? I need some rope. I'm sorry, a new what do I need? I need Ritalin. I need more Ritalin. I'm out. And the neurologist said, well, I don't prescribe that anymore. Go to your general practitioner and ask him. I said, but that's beyond his scope of expertise. I've got exhaustion, fatigue because of MS. I've had MS for 30 plus years. I need you to prescribe something for a symptom I have. And he said, now go to him. Go to him. So I went to him, and I got to tell you, I explained the situation, and what he do, he prescribed me propinerol, or I'm sorry, he prescribed me Ritalin, called it in right there. He says, hey, you don't say you did everything you could do. All right. All right. Now let me tell you the truth about Ritalin. I like to have it to remind myself why I don't like it. I don't like the, I just don't like it. I like that it clears the fog for about 2, 3 hours and then you crash. All right. I've been told by a lot of you who, in fact, I am. I've been told by most of you about different energy medication. Dee, oh, I'm so excited. In fact, I've been told by a lot of you, I post questions and I gather information. So I posted a question on multiple sclerosis, frontiers, the medical support. I asked what helped you with energy. There was a lot of provigil. There was just so much there. There was a lot of people who said nothing. A lot of people said naps, and one gal, Dee, she's my friend from a long time. She's from the Philadelphia area, so I love her for that reason. She's like a sister, geographic. But she recommended it's 4C. They have energy. I'm just going to show you this here. 4C. I know it's backwards, right? I know it's backwards, but it's four. That is actually 4C, and this here is DD. Is that no? I don't. All right, 4C. Okay, this here, it comes in berry, comes in tea, comes in lemonade, different stuff. In fact, that's why I seem to be really hyper, because it's a huge amount. One packet is a huge amount of caffeine. What else? It is. Let me see what else. Let's see, half and half, 10 calories. It's vitamin C. It's taurine. I don't know. It doesn't. It should be telling me a lot more than it is. But I'll tell you what. I put it in my water first thing this morning, and I took it, and it's given me energy. Also, the many of you said B12, B12, and I kept asking, well, if you're not deficient in B12, it's probably not good to take it. Well, I took some B12 this morning. It just happy birthday, Dee Dee. You know what? It's so tomorrow is Dee Dee's birthday, so right away I'm gonna wish you a happy birthday. Okay, so that's energy. The energy. I also found out that that works so far. Uh, uh, all right. So far, this has been working. Um, the B12 injections, the neurologist told me just orally take 1,000 milligrams of B12 uh, in the morning, right? What concerns me, because I like to research stuff, is that if you take B12 injections, um, it's B12 is water soluble. So if you take it, worst case scenario, you pee it out, right? Worst case, you got too much in you, you just got expensive urine. But I haven't done the research on B12 injections, but taking too much B12 can be harmful. And I think that if you get it in injection, I could be wrong. Remember, I'm not a doctor. This is what I've learned. Okay, so moving on. Energy. I talked about energy. Now let's talk. Hi Anna. Hi Anna. You know what? I'm also a California girl. I'm a Jersey girl, but I'm a bi-coastal, right? I was born in Stockton, California, and Army Air Force One. Okay, so all right, I talked a little bit about energy. Now let's talk. We're going back to restless leg syndrome and spasticity, and I'm also going to talk about physical therapy with those. Or spasticity is treated medically or medicinally with baclofen or Xanadine. It's also treated with Botox injection in the muscle that is overtone, commonly known as overtone, right? You got too much tone. A lot of us have to be very cautious about taking these medications because it will relax that muscle to the point that all this it'll relax the nerve to the point where we've discovered that the muscle's not strong enough to hold us, right? What it does is it breaks the tone of the overtone, and now it's not strong enough to hold us. As demonstrated by my physical therapy, she had me stand up and sit down and stand up and sit and do various things. She had me walk. She also discovered that I don't use the walker necessarily. I don't use it for walking. I don't need it for walking. The only reason I use a walker is for my balance. I have no balance. All right. So back to spasticity. The problem with I've discovered taking too much Xanadine or these muscle relaxers, right? The problem is that a lot of us, as we continue with MS, rely on our spasticity to hold us up. She was talking about my leg giving in, and falling down. This is advanced MS. If you're leaning back, right, you're relying on your leg pushing out, right, pushing out. So the knee is flat. You're hyperextending your knee. You're basically using your leg as a crutch. Hi there, Jane. Are you using the leg as a crutch? Problem is when you lean forward, now you're bending that knee just a bit, and because you do not have the spasticity, you've taken your back leg and your Xanadu, all of a sudden you fall. You fall. So yeah, hi Susan. So you have to be careful about that, taking too much. All right. There are new exercises that don't involve squats. All right. They involve this. So if you're kneeling, your feet are here. I'll show you. So you're kneeling, all right, and your body's upright, and all you do is you sit down. You sit down. You lower. All right. Let me see if I can do this. All right. So you're all right. All right. So that's physical therapy that teaches your body to engage that hip flexor and that knee. It helps with muscle memory. All right. So the good thing is that during this physical therapy appointment, she was pretty special. She just got certified in MS, and she's got a game plan that's going to help me doing a lot better. So if you have MS, which if you're watching this and you're following me, you're looking for hope. All right, get yourself some physical therapy. All right, and it doesn't have to be the physical therapy that is not fun. And I've been for 30 years to physical therapy where they're not doing the fun things. Sit down, stand up, sit down, what they're telling you, what they have new protocols that will help. Like when you play a piano, instead of so pretend your body is a piano, right? You can't master moving your body until you break down hitting one key. So she is going so far back, working with the nerves to remind the nerves or remind the muscle memory that they are supposed to work in a certain way. How do we do that? Repetitive actions by hitting one key. It doesn't look fancy. It looks like, oh gosh, all she's doing is sitting, kneeling. and lowering her butt to her heels, and then and going back upright, up, 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 up. So up, and she's doing that. All that is tapping the key. All right. So stability. Okay, so we covered that. Medical marijuana is supposed to be great for spasticity and restless leg syndrome. Problem is that I don't like, I don't want to get high. I feel cognitive fog. I feel that. I feel confused. So why introduce something that's gonna make me loopy? It's gonna make me loopy. It's gonna make me dizzier. Well, you know what makes you loopy and dizzier and munchies and all? It's THC. Guess what? I have discovered that there's something other than THC. There's a CBD that we've all been talking about. There are medical marijuana strains that are very high in CBD, very low in THC, that you do not feel high. You get the benefits of the pain reduction, lack of spasticity, restless leg syndrome goes away. So I don't know. I can't tell you how that is because guess what? I talked to my general practitioner. I do not want to go to the pain clinic any longer. I don't want narcotics. What are the narcotics I'm taking? I'm going to show you. Let's see. Hang on. All right. Methylphenidate, generic. That's generic speed. I don't like that. Nucynta. All right, so it's Nucynta, oxymophone, Dopana, Extempia. That's a type of OxyContin. Hi there, Dennis. I just and Jane saying on controlled levels you do not feel high. So I think it's really good with I have had a knee jerk reaction about avoiding medical marijuana because I don't like getting high. And that is not questioning. That is a disservice to you. So at the risk of failing the urine test at the I'm not going to go to the. I've got enough medication here to last. I've got everything. So it's low dose. So if you're coming to my house to get high to rob me or something like that, you're going to be disappointed. Hi, Andrew. So what I want to tell you is that I've got an appointment to get this medical marijuana card. My doctor said that he can prescribe. I have no idea, so I'll talk to him. Um, so I'm going to do that. Let's see, medical marijuana. It also is supposed to help. You can do an energy strain, but the energy strain has a higher THC. You got to be careful about that. The higher your energy, the more pain, the more your nerves are receptive to thinking it's in pain. So you got to be careful about that. Let's see. Yeah. All right, and Jane's giving Dennis a little help hack because he is not doing. All right. Okay. So let's see. I talked about medical marijuana. I talked about the herbal taurine, high calcium, the 4C, the B12. Again, I would not advise anybody to get a injection, B12 infusion, and I'm not a doctor, but I learned from my mistakes. My mistakes are I have always in the past done things where I've failed and I've made these mistakes and I've had to undo them. So you know what? Bad things happen when you introduce vitamins and chemicals in your body that you do not need. So if you're going to take B12 injections or anything, if you, more than 1,000 milligrams under your tongue that you can pee out if you don't need it, if you're going to do that, get your blood tested. Go call your doctor and say, I want a B12 test. Do that because you don't want to poison yourself. Remember the book, Prescriptions for Nutritional Healing? That came out in the 90s, and it had a recipe of vitamins you take to cure MS. Well, I took them. I took all of them religiously. That's when I started buying the fishing things, and I put down the fishing compartments, and I put down everything I'm supposed to take. I took them, and I was working full time, and we had a company meeting, a kickoff meeting. Drove up. I lived in Washington, Washington State. Drove up there, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, my joints, the pain I was feeling was like, oh my gosh, this is big. So I had to leave and go to the emergency room down. I drove down there, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. They had to cut my clothes off because I was like, and they were expensive clothes. They were work clothes. I was like, man, don't cut off my expensive work clothes. I will die trying to take off my shirt. I did manage to get my shirt off. But what they discovered, they did a bunch of blood work. They discovered, I mentioned when they said, what are you taking? I told them, I said, well, my medicines were low, but I'm taking a huge amount of vitamins that's supposed to control my MS. Well, my levels weren't out of whack because I was eating well. So what they did is they tested it. I had something called serum sickness. My body was reacting and releasing poisons in my blood to battle because the battle what was going on, the overdosing on certain vitamins that I didn't need. It was bad. It was really bad. I was really sick. So I was ordered to get off the vitamins right away, and I started feeling better almost immediately. They gave me some IV fluids to wash that stuff out, and they monitored. All right, moral of the story, point of the story is don't do what I did. Get tested. Get tested for vitamin D. All right, vitamin D and vitamin B. Vitamin D, I really, Dennis, you're talking about that right now. Vitamin D, because these doctors are telling us to take D3, take D3, D, but taking D3 without knowing how much could take you off the chart. Remember, you get it from the sun. So don't take D3. I was told cease and desist. And this is another mistake I made because D3, when that came out, everybody should be taking D3. There was the Cambria's protocol, which was high, super high doses of D3. So I took that. I took it. And you know what happened? I went and got my blood work tested. My neurologist said, let's test your blood work. And she said, I don't know where you get on this D3, but they can tell what you get from the sun and what you are supplementing in your blood work. And they said, you are supplementing too much. Get this, get this. My D3 levels showed that I was taking 4,000 milligrams of D3. That was only 2 pills in the morning. 4,000 milligrams took me over. My D3 was so high that she said, stop. taking that. Also, I started taking magnesium for the muscle cramps I was having. And guess what? You cannot take magnesium without calcium. If you do that, because magnesium needs calcium in order to absorb in the body. All right, this is a stupid thing I did. Let me tell you this stupid thing I did. I was taking so much magnesium, ultra magnesium, and I told you guys, take magnesium, right? Without calcium, you know what it did? It did. In fact, my doctor looked at my blood work and said, "You have to get more blood work because your calcium levels are so low. They're so low." You know what the magnesium was doing? You need twice as much calcium to absorb half as much calcium as you take. Well, because I wasn't taking calcium, mind you, I've got osteoporosis. Stupid, stupid. Let me tell you how stupid I was. All right, because I wasn't taking that, and I was taking like 2,000 milligrams of magnesium, different types of magnesium supplements. You know what my body was doing? It was sucking out the calcium from my bones. So not it was so low that it was my body was like, oh my gosh, it's got this magnesium, but we need calcium to absorb this. So it's like, where are we going to get calcium? All right, let's calcium. Where? So my body was taking it and learn from my mistakes because I got more mistakes than I got successes. So I'm gonna so I don't know. I don't know. So don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. If you take magnesium, take twice as much calcium. Better yet, just get your levels checked. Find out where you are, and and Dennis has the same story. After taking a blood test, the doctor, the physician's assistant, uh, warned him about taking too much vitamin B and vitamin D, and it scared the heck out of him. It was scary. Uh, and you know what? And Jane says, did they give you a recommended dose? And the reason why I'm saying that is that how can they recommend what any of us should take unless we have a blood test? Thank you for the time check. All right, so I've got, all right, out of all my medications there, this here is a medicine because a pharmaceutical. This is, this is, right? Pharmaceutical. That's it. All right, that's it. So one, two, three, four, five, five pharmaceuticals. The rest are vitamins. All right. So the pharmaceuticals that I take that I may be doing without if this medical marijuana works, right? And I'll let you know. High on cannabinoids, low on THC, right? Because remember, the more that's true. The baclofen, I take ropinirole, baclofen, sertraline, which is generic Zoloft. Why? Because it's mood. And most people with MS will eventually develop, can develop depression, and there's a difference between situational depression and clinical depression. And I developed clinical depression. Clinical depression, is that everything in your life is going the same, and all of a sudden you just don't care. You don't care. You feel like everybody has gone down in an airplane and died. That is death. Death has more than no sting. Death is like the thought of death is like a goal. And at that point, it's like, oh, that's a release. That'd be a good thing. Because at all costs, you want to feel better. So it's good when you feel that way to call your doctor and say, you know what? This doesn't make sense. And this is why we forgive people. Some people who commit suicide look at it as a release from the pain they're in. It has nothing to do with doing it for thinking about people they love that will be in pain. It has something to do with relieving their pain. If you are in that situation, call your doctor and say, you know what? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. I need to be, you got to save me because this doesn't make sense. All right. Situation depression is different. All right. So they'll put you on whether, and the, most of us take. It's different medications. I gave them an expiration date. I said, all right, you have got till this date. I think it was 2 months. And I told my family, I told my husband, I told everybody, this is the date that I'm going to expire. I'm going to take matters in my own hand. So they neurologists knew, doctors, everybody knew. I put it out there. And you know what? They worked hard at getting a antidepressants because not all antidepressants work. They uh, they got me on an antidepressant that worked. All right, so the sertraline, all right, and all right, Dennis is talking about what they recommended, but 5,000 milligrams is too high. Dennis was saying, but I can't talk about what they recommended because it goes against what I have discovered to be true. That 2,000 supplementing 2,000 milligrams of D3 every other day to somebody who is off the chart high on D3 is too much. So you've got to know your limitations. So I can't talk about what your doctor recommended for you without a blood test if I don't know. Because my job is to talk about how we can be comfortable without killing ourselves. Dee Dee, Dee, oh my God, I talked about this at the beginning, and I talked about you. All right, this here, I bought it. I got energy because right when I got out of bed this morning, I took this here. In fact, I'm carrying this. This is I got the Arnold Palmer, the lemonade tea kind, and you pour it in 12 ounces of water, and I poured one actually is good for 24 ounces of water. So I did all that and I got an energy, but you'll have to rewind this entire video and you'll see I talked about you and I talked about your recommendations and how it's working that and the B12 uh, without it's but the sublingual B12 is really really good. I have magnesium and calcium in here. Turmeric for anti-inflammatory. By the way, CBD oil has or the medical marijuana card. They're talking about the CBD has an anti-inflammatory effect that your your body, our bodies need. I take osteobioflax for arthritis, TUDCA, which I've been is the stomach bile acid that helps you metabolize the nutrients that have been sapped out of our soil. All right, I 2 weeks ago on Tuesday talked about TUDCA, TUDCA. All right, let's see. Detrol. That's all. I'm now doing that for bladder. My bladder at this point. Let me tell you something. I had that physical therapy. Drove all the way down to and all of a sudden I got there. I had to go to the bathroom because our bathroom potty says, "Oh, we have to go," and it's like it doesn't make sense because we went before we left, and it's 20 minutes. I get there, and right when you get out and you try to get your walker out and you try to get your stuff, and all of a sudden stuff starts falling, and your brain says, "Screw it, just pee on your pants." So what I did, I was, and yes, I will tell all of you because I have there's no dignity left in me. There's just nothing. So what happens is I got out of the car, right, or the SUV, opened my driver's side, opened the passenger side. I looked over. There was a busy road because I was on the corner lot, and there was a stop light. People were lined up there, and there's a busy road going the and you know what I did? I sat on the floor, not the floor of the car, but the outside floor where you get in and out of the car. I said, "Yeah," lowered my what do you call skirt, lowered my skirt. I had an oversized shirt, lowered that, sat on the side, and I acted like I was doing something in the back of the car or in underneath. I started picking up bugs or whatever it was. And let me tell you something. I peed. I peed not on my feet. I peed outside the car underneath with multiples of traffic going by. The light turned green, cars were going, and guess what? Even if they saw me pay, even if they got a Sharon Stone, my clothes were clean. I didn't have an emergency pee. Nobody saw me. The only person that would have seen me is somebody coming around the parking lot, and no, and even then they'd have had to been suspicious. It is. It's just not that big of a deal. When you've had MS as long as I've had, you realize this is a puppy, right? Your brain has to separate from your body, and you have to equip the puppy with stuff that is kind to the puppy. Puppy doesn't want to be in soil like the baby doesn't want to be in soiled clothes. So just what's dignity, all right? You think I'm a jerk because I'm peeing outside? I actually have Nature's Miracle spray. Nature's Miracle you can get at PetSmart. It's an enzyme that eats urine. So if you're being conscious, I keep a bottle of that in the car, and then I just spray where I've gone to the bathroom. Pour some water on it, spray there. Enzyme eats up. So I'm conscientious, I just but my clothes are not dirty. And I use different. I don't know. I know there's some of you that say, "Well, Dulcie, didn't you have the bladder stimulation?" So I'm starting to take. Uh, uh, no, Anna. No. You know what? If you have MS and you haven't peed in a driveway or a parking lot, then you're not trying. You're not trying. No, no. You know what? In fact, I was in a pool. Guess what? If you don't have MS, I was talking to a guy, a husband and wife, who he just turned 53, and she's in her 40s. And I was talking. I said, you know, I will pee in the pool. I will pee in the pool. You know what? If any of you watch anything of anthropology, you will know that in India, they actually sanitize their hands with cow urine before they eat because the acid in the cow urine kills the germ. So swimming in pee is not bad. It's able to the poop is bad. So don't poop in a pool. But you can pee in a pool. So when people say, "Oh gosh, that lane's only warm because so and so peed in the pool," and I say, "Oh, that's good. I'm taking that lane because I need a warmer pool than I need because I don't want to be spastic." So just swim. Just swim. Be in the parking lot. And you know what I've discovered? I love D is chiming in. Sometimes I use what I call a pee kit. I put a very thick pad, pee in it, then remove it and throw it away. And you know what? I did that too. Or if you are, it's very thick pad. Tana, all right, I'm gonna blow your mind there. Tana has these really thick pads that they're overnight pads. It's good to put them in your under. You can put diapers, whatever. It will not. If you are worried about what people think, you haven't gotten to the point where you realize your permission or your opinion of me has no opinion, has no influence on the way I feel about myself. It's like, oh, she's peeing by the car. I will pee anywhere, in mall parking lot, anywhere, because I'm not. And the problem is that I have to be careful, right? We have to be careful because when we know how easy it is to pee, we don't. Sometimes we don't even try to make the bathroom. There, I said it. So I'm in the pool, and there's this other couple that we're talking, and the guy, we're talking, and somebody says you're swimming in a warmer pool because a warmer lane because it's been peed in, and I said that's good. Um, and I turned, I looked at the other couple, and I said, if you haven't peed in your driveway, you haven't lived. And he said, see, he turned to his wife. He says, see, and he says, I thought I was he said this. He just turned 53. I thought I was the only one that peed in the driveway. It's, yes. All right. All right. There is a mattress for MS. All right. And Gina we're talking about mattresses for MS. And there is, what is that called? What is it called, Gina? Because you got it. I love it. I love it. All right, I love that. It is a pressure sensitive. It's for hospital bed. It's only $100 on Amazon, and what it does is it inflates and deflates. Uh, uh, my husband's about to take my car. All right, well that's okay. All right, that's okay. Um, all right, so what is it called? All right, I'm going to. All right. I'm. You know what? I've got it right here, but I'm gonna log on and tell you because. All right, and you know what? Dee is sharing. She looked into the tennis pads. Don't use the adhesive strip. Just slip on the pad, pee and remove. And you know why it doesn't work for me is just the reason why it doesn't. Wait, let me close that out. All right, the reason why uh, the ones without the adhesive strips don't work for me, Dina, is that I have walked along without adhesive strips and had them fall out. And that's kind of that's more embarrassing than being caught peeing. All right, let me see. Mattress. All right, hang on. Uh, Hang on. All right, just look. Orders. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you in a minute. And you know what? It is good to it's good to have these pads if you let me see. I think I've had it for 2020. Let me see. I don't see it. All right, I don't see it, and I'm spending too much time telling you what the pressure pad is. All right, let's see. Pressure. All right, it's one more search. All right, one more search. I found it. It's called Viva. It's VIVE alternating pressure pad. All right, what I'm gonna do is I think I can. This is huge. All right, so what I'm gonna do is it's $74.99, and what's good? I can draw. All right, let me just see. Copy link to the highlighter. Okay, I found it. All right, let me paste. Okay, it's on Amazon. All right, Amazon. So I love this, and that's for people who have a rough time moving over, turning. I don't know why it's not publishing. All right, that's all right. Okay, so eventually it'll publish the link. What I have is VIVE alternating pressure pads. You can sleep on the floor because what it does is that instead of turning over, blows up one bubble, like a group of bubbles, and then the other bubbles won't grow. So it's constantly alternating, so there's never too much pressure in one spot. It's wonderful. You can sleep on the floor with this pad. It is, it's wonderful, wonderful. Uh, let's see if that will work. All right, I don't know why it's not working. So I don't know why it's not working. All right, so I'm gonna try this one more time. But you know what? It's the Tempur-Pedic doesn't work. You know what? It's because you think about the Tempur-Pedic, the mattresses. You get sucked into you get sucked into one area. You you get sucked in. So it's good to have it holds you up in one area of your body, and then it holds you up in another area of your body. If you're like me, Princess and the Pig, and just face. I don't I don't know why this isn't working. All right, so all right, I know it's I know. All right, so anyway, there is 10 on, but you know what? There's generic pads also. There's diaper, and this is my advice. All right, have an emergency if you pee your pants, get right, and this is for anybody because bladders are there to make us have greater characteristics. I'm telling you. So you do a shopping bag, throw in a diaper, throw in yoga pants or sweatpants or a change of pants, a complete outfit, right? Just a complete outfit, and some baby wipes. You know, get a small just so you can clean yourself up, right? And you know, throw in your car also on a jacket because in case you get cold because you're going to be at a restaurant sometime and you're going to get cold. And you know it's great to have all these in case of emergency. Throw in a couple band-aids because we people with MS we cut ourselves. Well, right. If we're not bleeding, we're not living. Don't you hate it when people say to you, "Be careful"? It's like, oh man, be careful. It's like, oh yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that. I just, you know what? Be careful. Be, you know what? If we are to be careful, we wouldn't get out of bed in the morning. So anyway, tetra, magnesium, alpha lipoic acid keeps your brain from shrinking. Cranberry supplements. Uh, you know what? Keeps me from having urinary tract infections. Um, any questions? Any so far? All right, I know I haven't asked that, and I should. I should. Uh, Let me see. I'm gonna try one more time to post that. I can't see this. Let me close this out. Uh, oh, it's 11:55. Thank you, Karen. All right. So D is that's wonderful. So do that. Also get a little spray thing of uh, what do you, Nature's Miracle. You know what's fun is that get a black light, right? Because black light in the dark it'll pick up urine, so you can be darn sure that you don't have that. It you know what? It's good. Keep your brain from shrinking. It's called alpha lipoic acid. All right. The studies have shown that we people with MS lose 1% of our existing brain matter every year. That means the first year we lose 1%, we're at 99%. The following year we lose 1% of 9.99%. So it's nine, so it goes down. But they dissect brains of people who've died of MS and they see that the brain shrinks. And the way to get around that, they did studies of alpha lipoic acid. And if you Google it, you research it, you'll see the studies. And the studies talk about the different types. But basically, yeah, and you will find that. And I've discovered that when I give you too much information, you don't research it yourself. And I'm not a doctor, but I've read the studies. What the studies show is that you should be taking 1,200 milligrams, 600 milligrams in the morning and at night. Um, Problem is that it can upset your stomach. I can't do it, but I take 600 milligrams every day with food every morning with breakfast. And that, so I'm thinking, well, if I'm slowing it down halfway, that's got to be a good thing. Um, so Julie, that was a good question. So, all right, let's see. You know what, Gina, you and me, yeah, ding, 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 winner, winner, chicken dinner. Julie, you have said it. Alpha lipoic acid. It's also known as ALA. So, Julie, that's it. That's it. No, no, thank you for the question. It's very good. And I have videos about that. If you search my channel for supplements, if you look at the playlist on supplements and look at alpha lipoic acid, I cite specifically the study. I give it. If not, just do the research yourself. Uh, if you don't want to be spoon fed it, but I've done many spoon feeding on so many of this information. Also, so I'm going to get my medical marijuana card and I'm going to, in due diligence, report because I don't want to get high, right? I don't want to get high. Um, I want to get high. I, I'm not a teenager anymore. I don't need that. You know what? If you're that mess, you walk around high half the time anyway. You're like, oh gosh, I wish I wasn't so high so I can talk to this person. And that's if you don't take anything. So why would you want to get high? So you're like, now I know I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, Karen's talking about she has hers, CBD oil. Early on when it first came out, and I know it's top of the hour. Early on when it first came out, CBD oil, there was a number of us on MS Frontiers, the medical share, a number of us, administrators, just a number of us who paid the big bucks to do an unofficial study of CBD oil, rubbing it on topical and also taking it. Uh, Hundreds and hundreds of dollars, probably $1,000 later, we all reported back. We discovered that the CBD oil they were making, and this is probably in 2010 we did this, maybe 2008 we did this. Um, it didn't help us. The topical is the only thing that gave us relief. But now they grow marijuana that has high CBD, low THC, and the THC is supposed to boost the CBD. So I'll let you know. I don't know. I will do a complete episode. Uh, anyway, so that's my story. That's what is happening today. We've covered a lot of stuff and D, go back because you were the catalyst on homeopathic natural energy that is better. So far, it is better for me than Ritalin. I like to have the Ritalin in case of emergency break glass, but I don't like taking it, nor do I like taking the narcotics because just what you get so tired when it wears off, and I don't want that. Anyway, I love you all. Uh, Follow me if you want to see these videos. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. All you have to do is on any search engine. Search Dulci Hill, DulciHill. If you subscribe to my channel, you can participate on the chat, uh, which is great. It is great, and help us all. Help us all, because again, this here, I know it looks like my show, but it's not my show. It's your show, uh, and all I'm doing is getting your input on how to live better. Because together, I know they say together we're stronger, but that's true. So let me pray us out, because you guys know that God is my witness. I think He works through all of us, and He's working through me. So I will not receive a dime from anybody with MS, unless, of course, you feel like sending me money, because everybody with MS could use an extra bit of money. By the way, if you want to send me a Apple Watch, I would love one. But if not, again, I'm not going to do that. Love ya all, and what I'm going to say is that, dear Heavenly Father, I ask that you use my words to bring it to the people who need to hear it, and get the comfort out of it. Allow them to share their positive responses to certain things that were said by other people, by me, by whatever, so that it can help other people with MS. Lord, we're part of your body, and we're working to love on each other, and we can only do that by your pointing us in that direction. I give thanks for MS Frontiers, and for Cheryl and Judy and Steve and all the volunteers who run it. Just I just give thanks for all of that, and also for msfrontiers.org. Thank you, and bless everybody who goes there, and give them comfort. In Jesus' name, I give thanks. Amen. All right, I will see you on Tuesday. No, on Thursday, because you know how we are, with no idea, uh, uh, with no idea what day it is. I love you all, and I will see you soon.